Hello, everybody. Welcome to Late Night Football. Welcome to our match reaction show. It's finished Sevilla nil, Manchester City 4. Cruise control from Manchester City. And if you needed any more proof about Manchester City's Champions League credentials this season, and if you're wondering why Manchester City firm favorites for the Champions League, this game should convince you. If this game doesn't convince you, nothing will, because they're just from whistle to whistle they were just in total control. They were just in total, their everything. It was like measured, it was controlled, it was, I'm running out of superlatives here. It was just totally like they knew what they had to do. It was totally, there was at no point where they looked like they were out of shape. There was at no point where they looked like they were out of control. Even the few opportunities that Sevilla had, you never really believed that Sevilla could score a goal. It was that simple. It was that dominant. It was that dominant, and I don't know what else to say about that, because that the City never looked like they got a third gear and they still got 4 goals. Now Sevilla, to be fair, I think Sevilla kind of accepted defeat even before the whistle went by, before the game started, with that lineup that they put out. I thought that was really sad to watch, because it almost was from Sevilla's point was that they accepted defeat. And they almost went into the game saying, Manchester City, you're going to win this game. So go ahead, take your goals, whatever you need to do. Just leave us alone. Like, just do whatever you have to do and get out of here 90 minutes. That's literally the way they looked at the game. And that's a little bit sad to see, because you thought Sevilla might put up more of a fight. The irony is, when they had Dolberg and Rafa Mir in the second half, they did create some openings. But with the lineup that they started in that first half was never really going to threaten City at all, and it just panned out that way. What will also hurt Sevilla is the fact that despite playing a defensive lineup, despite having such a deep line, they conceded 3 tap-ins. 3 of the goals were tap-ins. I mean, one was the rebound, the other two. The first Haaland goal, actually, it's a lot of work that Haaland does. I don't think it's a very good cross from De Bruyne, to be honest. I know De Bruyne is at that phase now where everything he does seems to be like magic, but I don't think that cross was very good. And 95% of strikers don't score that goal. It's because Haaland's got that reach, he's got that awareness, so he gets that goal. He makes that goal. Haaland makes that goal. But still, you'd say that's a tap in because he gets in between 2 defenders. And then, of course, the Diaz one at the end is also pretty much the definition of a tap in. It's bundles in. So from Sevilla's perspective, that is what will be disappointing. But from City's perspective, they'll look at that and they'll go, that's good. Because that means that even against teams with the low block, even against teams that are going to play defensively, we've got the tools and we've got the resources to hurt them, and we've got the resources to score goals. I think that will please Pep Guardiola a lot. That the fact that they scored 4 goals against a team playing with the low block and playing so defensively. I think Phil Foden's goal was very well taken. And I mean, it's not that hard. Phil Foden's goal is the goal of the match, because the other 3 were tap-ins. But it's a nice work that he does. He works it very well, goes from right to left, right to left, and then just puts in a nice little finish between Grealish's legs, far away from Bono. It's a good finish, and I think from Foden's point of view, that's a very big goal as well for his confidence, because a lot of people have said he's stagnated. A lot of people have said he's regressed. I don't think that's happened. I think what's happened is he's gone from 0 to 80 so quickly that relatively quickly. I think people were kind of expecting him to be further along, and he's probably only at an 83, 84. I'm just making arbitrary numbers here, and now he's gone to 83, 84. So people are going, well, maybe he's not as fast, but he's still improving. He's still young. His development is going to take some time more, but I don't think he's necessarily stagnated or regressed. I just think his progression has not been as fast as people had thought based on what he had done before. So this goal will hopefully help him along and give him that confidence to continue working. I still feel he's a better left winger than a right winger, but he's got to improve his game on that right hand side anyway, if he's going to be, the complete forward that Manchester City need. So this is a good step in going on that journey and that process. But to be fair, the whole game just had an exhibition feel to him. And Akanji looked like, people said Akanji, looked like he's been playing for Manchester City. He wasn't threatened. It was like the easiest of debuts that anybody could expect. Same for Sergio Gomez, the easiest of games to debut him and to debut himself in. So I thought Pep Guardiola played well. He gave minutes to players who are probably not going to get as much game time. And as well, Calvin Phillips got some time as well, and they got a good result. Good confidence boosting result. Now Haaland gets to play only 70 minutes, so he gets a bit of rest as well. So overall, I think Guardiola would be very pleased with the result. Now, one thing here that I will mention is I may have discovered Haaland's weakness. One weakness that I may have discovered Haaland is his shooting outside the box. I don't think he's a very good shooter from outside the box. He doesn't need to, because he does all of his work in that penalty area. He does all the 6-yard box, extension of the penalty area. He does it there. But there is that small, teeny tiny trick, if there is if you can kind of, and it's very difficult to do it, but if you can sort of cut off the supply line to Haaland, which is next to impossible anyway, but if you can do that, or if you can isolate Haaland to not get into the box somehow, if you can stop him, before that, you might be able to quieten him down. But like I said, it's a big if. Now, we found the chink. That doesn't mean that it's going to be exposed, because I mean, you know, that's just who Haaland is. He's going to always try to get into the box. He's all, you know, City always going to try to find him and try to get him all those tap-in goals that he scores. I say tap-in goals. I'm not saying that as an insult, by the way. I know some people will make that an issue later on, but I'm not saying that as a bad thing. I'm saying that's what he will do, because he's not a scorer of great goals. He's a great goal scorer, and that's what great goal scorers do. They find ways to score goals in where no one else can. So for me, while it is a small chink that is there, I don't think it's going to be exposed as much as it could be, because that's just, you know, Haaland's game really is about getting into the box and finishing chances. It's not really about taking chances from outside the box. So you know, but then that is something maybe teams can exploit. You know, bigger, better teams might be able to exploit it. Maybe it'll be difficult. Maybe somebody can figure out a way. I've given you I've given you the sort of the weakness. Is now up to you to figure. To the managers, I say I've given you the weakness. That's up to you to figure out how you can expose it and work with it. So that's my job as an analyst. And I'm kidding, but no, it was another good game. 2 more goals for him. I mean, people are saying 40, 50. I think 50 is an easily gettable number for him in all competitions. I think 50 is very easy, because he's going to play a lot of games. He's probably going to play a few cup games as well, where City do get easy draws. So I can only imagine how many goals he can score. And keep in mind, even if he has an off day, they've still got Mahrez, they've still got Julian Alvarez, they've still got Phil Foden, they've got Jack Grealish, they've got Kevin De Bruyne. I mean, you know, Bernardo Silva as well. They've just got options to score goals. I mean, it's just, that's Manchester City, and that's why for me they are, you know, they have to win the Premier League and the Champions League. They just have to, because that's how good they are. But anyway, just, you know, a good run out. I guess that's what it is. It's an exhibition game. It almost felt like an exhibition game, didn't it? To me, at least, it felt like an exhibition game. But anyway, let me know in the comments, what did you think about the game? Did you enjoy it as a City fan? Was there anything that stood out to you? Probably could have scored another 2 or 3 more, actually. And they didn't even look like they were, you know, playing in that sort of mode, but they still look like they could have scored 2 or 3 more. So let me know what you think of the game, of course. Smash like if Erling Haaland. I mean, you know what? I'll give it to Phil Foden. Phil Foden is my man of the match, because he scored 1 goal and he also created the other 2. So yeah, he's my man of the match. If he's your man of the match as well, do smash a like for him. I know Haaland will take the headlines, but I thought Phil Foden had a great game. So yeah, smash a like if Phil Foden is your man of the match. Yeah, remember to subscribe to our channel on YouTube, follow us on Facebook. We're getting close to 200 subscribers on YouTube, so please do subscribe. We appreciate your support, and of course, we're going to do more videos this week. There's lots of games happening, so we always are there with match reactions. So when you subscribe, you do get notified as videos drop. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again soon. Bye bye.